This better be important.
Of course it's bloody important. The blokes are getting up another little party, and this time they got guns.
What started it?
They got a bit zonked. Bongo started talking about Slasher. It's time we got square. I told him not to be stupid. Tried to calm Bongo down, but he was off his face, mate. Fair dinkum. You better come and try and stop him.
Wait outside. I won't be a minute.
Have Theatre 2 stand by. I'll try an internal pressure balloon. If that doesn't stop it, we'll have to operate.
Wait outside, please.
But what's happening? I thought she was going to be all right.
Oh, I don't know what's happening. Look, we'll have to go. We're just in the way here.
Dial me, Jess. Stop dial me.
Come on! Run for it!
Hi, Joyce. He had a busy night last night.
Well, it was certainly a long one, but at least we know that Jessie's going to make it. Oh, listen, I just popped up to tell you, when you've got a minute, could you go in and see Mervyn? He's got a wonky kitchen cabinet that needs fixing.
Right.
Whatever's that?
Don't know. Wasn't here yesterday. Rabbits, maybe.
Oh, probably. Still, you better log it with Wendy on your way through to reception, OK? Well, if you'll excuse me, I have a very urgent appointment with my pillow.
Half your luck. Hey, you won't miss your wedding breakfast tonight, will you?
I wouldn't dream of it, not after all the activity I've just witnessed in the kitchen. See ya.
Sleep tight.
When I heard the second one, I thought it must have been the Peterson kids.
You okay, son?
Yeah. Right pair of tearaways. I couldn't believe it when old Joe bought them a rifle each. Anyway, I pulled up to see if I could get a look at them. I saw this blonde girlie come out of the barn, stopped right where I'm standing now. Took one look at me and tried to blow me head off. I tell you, if that gun hadn't been empty, I wouldn't be standing here now.
Yeah, right, Huey. You haven't touched it, have you?
No, mate. I know better than that. You feeling all right, young fella?
Yeah, tough.
Anyway, she took up like a rat up a drain pipe over towards the Wilson place. Well, not really like a rat up a drain pipe. She sort of ropey on her feet. Oh, yeah, and she had bandages around both her arms.
Get on to VKC, Tony. Tell them we got a probable sighting on whatever that Sheila's name from Wentworth is. Last seen heading southwest from here at 0700. Oh, and tell them I need the meat wagon too. Okay, Huey, what was she wearing?
Black gumbies.
Get down, Bluey. Bluey, get down off there. But Uncle Albert just keeps going on with his speech like nothing's happening. Oh, and it's so stinking hot that no one's going to try and lock the dogs outside. Well, everyone's trying to keep a straight face, and Uncle Albert's speech is going on forever, and the two cattle dogs are still trying to do it in the middle of the hall. Well, Uncle Albert gets to the bit where he says, I give you Bob and Sue, and Bluey has another go at socks. Well, the whole room yells out, get down, Bluey! Bluey, get out of here! Well, Uncle Albert snaps, and he chucks his tinny at him, but he misses, and it whacks into the bottom of the cake, and the two dolls on top fall over. But the boy doll falls on top of the girl doll. And quick as a flash, Billy Williams yells out, get down, Bob!
Wouldn't it be great if something like that happened tonight?
Yeah, with Poco in the middle of the rec room.
Poor Mrs. Barry, she'd die.
And Mervyn, can you imagine him?
No way.
I don't mean that.
Oh, hey, Reese, Well, what if Mrs. R cancels tonight because of the grog scam?
Oh, don't worry, Lou. If she tries anything, I'll tell her she'll have a full-blown riot on her hands. Hey, come on, what happened after the tinny at the cake?
Oh, yeah, right. Well, you should have seen the look on me mum's face.
Well, hello. What's a cute little fellow like you doing locked up in here? I have an idea Sleeping Beauty might be able to supply a few answers.
Well, any explanations, Mr. Ryan?
And so I thought letting her play with the dog for a few minutes before I report to finding it might cheer up a bit.
And I suppose the officers in reception can confirm the fact that you carried the animal in from the ground yourself, hmm? I don't appreciate being lied to, Ryan, and neither does the governor. Come on.
Does this really have to go any further? I mean, the women are in enough trouble with Jessie being sick. There's no harm being done.
Yeah, security's been breached.
Oh, is that all that matters to you? Have you any idea what a hell these women live in? I've seen them during the day crying when they're alone and they think there's no one watching. God knows what they go through at night. Look, smuggling the dog in is wrong. But just to have him to hold in their arms, let him lick their hand. Can you understand what that means to them?
Yes, I can.
Well, why destroy it with discipline and punishment? If you'd let me out in the grounds, I'll say I found the dog there, and no one will know you're involved. I give you my word.
No, I don't know where it is. When I finish clearing up the breakfast things, I'll find it for you, all right?
Oh, right. I'll give you a hand, eh? Oh, jeez. Was it all there, Nance? Can't wait to get started.
I'm still checking the list.
Oh. What?
Those two are on a very low simmer for lunch. Kindly put them back.
Oh, sorry. Oh, jeez. I'm so excited. I haven't done a wedding cake in years. The last one I did, I had to take over from Mum, because she was milking the cows and... Oh, Struth, there it is. Fancy putting the vanilla essence down there. Oh.
Alice, stand still.
Oh, sorry. Oh. Anyway, she got her hand caught in the gate. It blew up like a balloon. Well, she couldn't do any mixing or anything. Oh, jeez. They've sent 2 brides. No groom.
Don't worry, Alice. I'll get one shaved.
Oh, I'll have to tell Merv, hey?
Oh, no, I
hey,
don't
think they thought it was the freak getting married. You know, 2 brides. Get it? Oh, sorry, Merv. Oh, sorry. Hey, Merv.
No problem. You'll have it by lunchtime at the latest. Bye. Yes, Miss Ferguson.
Well, it's about the discovery of the illicit alcohol last night, Governor. Apparently there was no cell search. Now, if they managed to smuggle out sugar and yeast, God knows what else they could have.
Point taken. As a matter of fact, come in.
Oh, sorry to bother you, Mrs. Reynolds, but I found this dog wandering around the grounds. Wasn't quite sure what to do with her.
So much for security. Any idea how it got in?
Well, there's a small hole under one of the fences this morning. She seems well fed, but there's no ID or tags or anything.
Not much we can do except ring the pound.
Right.
Excuse me, Governor. I've been thinking of getting another dog for some time now. Well, I wouldn't mind taking her. I'll check, of course, that she hasn't been reported missing.
Well, if you wish.
Would it be okay if I keep her in the staff room till I finish my shift?
Of course.
Thank you.
Steve, while you're here, would you have a look at this filing cabinet?
Sure.
The second drawer keeps sticking.
Miss Ferguson surprises me. Oh, she's a different person with that dog.
Yes. Actually, she's her own worst enemy. She's suffered personal tragedies that have made her cut off from people. The lonelier she gets, the more she retreats into a shell. Wish I could get through to her. Maybe the dog will.
Yeah.
Anne Reynolds. Oh? Well, I understand the problem, but we're nearly at capacity ourselves. I take it that's a departmental directive? Right. Goodbye. Meg, it's Anne. I want a full cell search organised for this morning prior to muster. I'm sorry, I just had a call from the department. Blackmore's overcrowded, so they're sending us back a couple of our bad apples. And for the same reason, when Kelly's found, she's to come back here too. Exactly how they expect us to keep her alive here with these women, I don't know.
I don't know whether you're going to be too impressed with this salad here, but I reckon you'll go for the ham, eh? Look. I'm going to have to think of a name for you, aren't I? There you go. Now, I've got to go and do some work. So you'd better behave yourself while I'm gone. Oh, I just found her wandering in the grounds. I thought I'd look after her for a minute.
Oh, she's lovely. Oh, and Mrs. Reynolds just rang through. We have to do a full soul search right now.
Good. I'll be right there. Hey, you be a good girl while I'm gone, eh?
If they start on some of the other cells first, we got a chance.
Yeah, what if she starts barking?
Barks, she
What
barks.
do it now for? We'll never get it finished on time.
Of course they will. Stop worrying.
Yeah, but what if they...
Shut up, Jenkins.
Jeez, I wasn't the only one talking.
Oh, we're too short. You want to know where Balzano is? There's no going to look for if you want to make a start here. Egbert, get in there and wake Patterson up. Get her out here.
Murray, come with me. Corbett, come with me.
Lex, come on. Oh, bloody hell. You little...
Come on, they're doing a cell. Oh, they must have found her. That's why they're
They
searching.
couldn't have. They wouldn't have left Lexi there snoring her head off.
Yeah, well, Sam, you're talking about it. Look, she's gone.
I can't stay, but I found the dog. It's okay with the officers. I'll tell you about it later, right?
Yeah, but where is she?
Ripper.
Don't worry. Steve will look after her.
Yeah, he's a mate. And speaking of mates, I'm sorry about heavying you last night, but I was worried about Jess.
Oh, it's okay. I reckon you did the right thing anyhow.
Next time you're told to be here. Connors, McCormick.
Bloody hell, it's one thing after another.
Yeah, but it was only a matter of time, Lex. You're just lucky the freak didn't find her.
Oh, bitch. Probably have her put down. Hey, I just got a great idea. Why don't you ask Steve if he could take Poco around to Mabel's for me? That way I'll be sure she had a good home.
That is a great idea. I'll ask her next time I see her.
What?
Oh, jeez. I left the marzipan on top of the dishwasher. Oh, it'll go all gooey. Oh, Lurch.
Bloody hell. Let's see if you can sit tight.
Just keep your paws off me.
Watch it, girlie. I've got the comb of the patient.
I didn't ask you.
Louise Jane Kelly. I have to advise you that you're to be charged with the murder of Sean Albert Jenkins and Flora May Jenkins. I am obliged to tell you that anything you say may be taken down in writing and used as evidence against you.
You didn't find anything because we got nothing to hide. I keep trying to tell you we're just a fun-loving lot who like having a good
As I was
time.
about to say, as pleased as I am about the cell search, I am equally angry about the illicit alcohol.
A little jungle juice is no big
Grow
deal.
up, Connors. It nearly cost Wyndham her life.
But that was Kelly's fault.
Kelly couldn't have done it if the alcohol hadn't been there in the first place. Which brings me to why you're both here. The ingredients were stolen from the kitchen. Would either of you care to comment? Loss of buy-up for the entire block for 2 weeks. And Connors, I'd like you to pass on to the women that some of their requests have been granted. The gymnasium, the inmates versus staff volleyball match, and the new prison chaplain will be Dan Moulton.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I didn't think you had it in you. I'll make sure the girls don't give you a hard time.
Mrs. Reynolds, is the wedding breakfast still on?
Yes, why?
Well, Alice Jenkins was worried it might be cancelled as part of our...
Anne Reynolds. Yes. Oh, no. Couldn't that side of it wait? Neither do I. Goodbye. You two wait outside, please.
Yeah, sure.
Is Alice Jenkins particularly close to any of the women?
Well, she and McCormick spend a lot of time together. Why?
It hasn't been cancelled. What does she want to see me for? Why isn't Nance back yet? She's supposed to be helping. It's a punishment, isn't it, because of the
No,
grog?
it's not, Alice. Look, you just wait out in the corridor.
Bloody typical. Do something decent for a change. You can kick in the teeth.
Can I have a word with you?
Of course. What is it? It's not something Alice has done.
No. There's every chance that tonight will be cancelled.
But the women have been looking forward so much.
It's not a punishment, Merlin. Alice's mother and her brother are both dead. Lou Kelly has been charged with their murders.
Oh, no, the poor girl.
There's also a suspicion that Alice knows where Kelly was hiding out. And I hope for her sake she didn't. I'll let you know what's decided.
Trouble. Let go of the skip. This is my only chance to get into Poco, and I'm taking it. Please don't do it. Look, I'm asking you as a friend. If you were a friend, you'd wish me luck.
Alice?
No. No. Didn't know she was going to the farm. She must have known about it from me talking to her. I used to tell her a lot about the farm and Mum. Why the two of them, Mrs. Reynolds? Mum and Sean? Why both of them?
I don't know, Alice. Is there anyone you'd like us to ring?
How'd you know it was her?
Pardon?
How'd you know it was Lou what done it?
The police picked her up shortly afterwards.
Then she'll be back here soon.
Alice, I understand how you must feel.
No, you don't, so save your breath. I'm gonna kill her. Nothing's gonna stop me.
Am I glad to see you in one piece? Now you listen and you listen good. Somehow, don't ask me how. I'm going to get you through the kitchen and out the back door. And then it's up to you. If you've got any sense at all, you're going to dig through that fence like your life depended on it. Now tie this bloody knot. Just in case you're as dumb as I think you are, I'm going to give Mabel a ring. Maybe if you see her on the outside of the fence, you'll work out what to do. Now get down, darling. Come on. Now you stay there. Keep your head down, your mouth shut. Now stay. Yeah, I heard there was a dog around. Chook said something about Steve finding it outside.
It was in here.
Doesn't look as though it's here now. What was it doing in the staff room, anyhow?
I want to know where it went.
Maybe someone took it for a walk. Wasn't here when I came in. Look, I'll let him know you're looking for it, okay?
What do you think you're...
Don't touch her!
Now, you watch it, Patterson. You're risking a stint in solitary.
You can't have her. She's not yours, she's mine, and you can't have her. I don't want to go into you. I wanted to go to a friend of mine.
You be careful, Patterson. You know how patient I am, but I can be pushed too far.
You make our bloody lives miserable, and I'm not having you do it to Poco too.
Oh, there's a big difference in the way I treat animals and the way I deal with scum like you.
Yeah, I bet there is.
Now, listen, I don't have to justify myself. Look, it's none of your business what happens to this dog. Now, you get out of here and thank your lucky stars I'm going to forget all about it. Come on.
But she's my dog.
No, Patterson, that's where you're wrong. You're a prisoner, remember? And prisoners don't have pets.
She came here looking for me.
She'll get a good home.
Oh, balls.
Just shut up and get moving.
Look, I'll buy her from you. I've got some money in the bank. I'll pay you for her, please.
You really believe I'm going to mistreat her, don't you?
Do you blame me?
I was just wanting to do what I thought was right for her. Obviously, it's not appreciated.
Something wrong, Miss Ferguson?
No, Governor. Patterson has discovered that the dog is hers.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. She must have come here, tracked me down, dug under the fence. Her name's Poco. She's mine, honest, and I don't want to go into the... Miss Ferguson.
I was about to say when you came in, Governor, that if Patterson wishes to make alternative arrangements, it's really not very important to me.
Do you have someone who can take the dog, Lexi?
Yeah, Jessie's friend Mabel. She'll take her and she'll tell you the dog's mine, too.
I see. Well, perhaps if you ring your friend, she could come and collect her. Is that all right with you, Miss Ferguson?
Perfectly all right.
No, Nancy's with her at the moment. She took it very hard.
I'm not surprised, poor love. It's a dreadful thing to happen. She's been so good away from Kelly, too. I mean, take the cake. I didn't believe her when she said she could do it. She's been doing a wonderful job.
Why 2 brides?
Oh, that's a mistake. So Mrs. Reynolds thinks it best to cancel the wedding breakfast?
Yeah, until tomorrow. I don't think anybody feels like celebrating.
No.
Alice wants to come back and do the cake, though. But you'll have to watch her. She's very bitter towards Kelly. She just may try and get at her food.
I might try and help her. I was only joking. She has to be punished, though.
Oh, I agree, but I think we'll leave that to Blackmore. It's our job to protect her until she gets there, unfortunately.
What a time for them to decide that Blackmore's overcrowded.
Your friend Janet Williams is going to be back here, too. Oh, if we get the Maxwell woman, we'll really have a handful.
Maxwell?
Yes, this the euthanasia case. If she comes here, we'll have to protect the 3 of them from the women.
It'll serve Williams right if she gets a clip around the ears, helping Kelly to slit her wrists. If that woman hadn't escaped, none of this would have happened.
It's a world away from white weddings, decorated cakes, and happiness, isn't it, Mervyn?
Yes.
The show had come to town. Us kids wanted to go. Mum took us. We didn't have 2 bob to rub together. There was 6 kids. Dad was a dero, so we never had much money to spend. Mum could see us looking at everything. Fairy floss and the ghost train and the Dodgem cars. I remember I was watching the Dodgem cars. All of a sudden, Sean was there. He said, "Come on, let's have a ride." I asked him where he got the dough, and he just grinned. We went on everything. Mum knew he'd nicked it. She bashed the living daylights out of him when we got home. But she knew she was glad we'd had a good day. I heard her crying after we went to bed. She hated us having to miss out all the time. Oh, kill Kelly.
Oh, no, don't say that. It's God's...
Oh, shut up, Nance. If there was a God, he wouldn't let a mongrel like kill Mum and Sean.
Well, what about last night? We got through, didn't we?
This would have been all right anyway. What a stupid pack of bitches we were. Mumbling in the corridor. There's someone who isn't even there.
It's nice to see the dump hasn't changed any.
Well, that's enough, Kelly.
Thanks, Spunky.
Oh, don't thank me. Glad to get rid of you.
Once you're showered, you'd go to sick bay. The doctor's waiting to see you.
Oh, if that'd be right. You'd all hate me dying on you, wouldn't you?
Unfortunately, we're here to protect you. Thanks, Bill.
You better keep an eye on me in that hospital. Then bitches will try and get me.
I could hardly blame them. Especially Jenkins.
They got what they were asking for.
Oh, just get up and stand on the line.
I can't. I'm too bloody sick.
Well, I doubt whether you'll get much sympathy around here, Kelly. Just remember, we're all that stand between you and the women. I suggest you don't antagonise any of us.
Here we are. Look. Little going away present. Oh, dear. You'd have been a lovely little thing to have around. Come on now, eat up.
He decided not to take the dog.
No, I wasn't really very interested anyway. Just trying to save her from the pound.
Well, it was nice of you to let Patterson do what she wanted with her.
Don't you fool yourself, it was the governor's idea. Anyway, why should I put myself out when all I get is a mouthful of back chat for my trouble?
Well, what do you expect? There's not much love lost between you and the women.
Oh, I think they'd have enough common sense to know that the way I deal with them is just part of my job. I don't get any pleasure from it.
I suppose you don't.
Mind you, they're not the only ones. Seems as though half the staff think the same way lately.
Can I be honest? Look, I was pretty surprised myself when you let me pretend I found the dog out in the ground. Well, you present a pretty grim image to everyone, and you were being human.
Just watch it, Ryan.
Well, there you go again. Why do you have to be so defensive all the time?
Because I don't need your bargain basement analysis.
It was simply advice. This is bargain basement analysis. You got problems, Joan. You're hiding behind so many walls that one day they're going to come tumbling down on top of you. I've seen crack-ups, and they're not nice. And the way you're going, you're a prime candidate for one.
You just stick to being Mr. Fix-It.
Blew that one, didn't I, girlie?
And make sure there's someone with Kelly at all times.
Right. Anything else? I don't think so. Patterson's friend hasn't come for the dog yet, Miss Ferguson?
No, Governor.
I've given him permission to hand the dog over herself. Shouldn't be any problem.
It's turned into a prisoner's benevolent society.
I don't think it's being particularly lenient. It's just a normal visit.
Yeah, but it's not only that, is it? I mean, you've now given them permission to go to this wedding breakfast nonsense in fancy dress.
The women requested it. The department's agreed.
Well, I think it's a good idea. Help get rid of some of their tension.
Exactly. Nice to hear you say something positive for a change, Miss Ferguson.
You can say you can't even make a comment these days.
That's just the way you say it. I don't think it'll do any harm for them to have a little extra fun.
Oh, so that's what they're in here for, is it? Fun?
I'm not going to bite,
Hello,
Joan.
dear. I've come in to see Rita Connors. I'm her Auntie Ida.
Oh, you're Mrs. Brown, are you? Right. If you'd like to sign in over there, where you did before.
You're all such polite young ladies here, aren't you?
Hey, that's the old girl who smuggled in the magazines with the CB radio in them. She'll have to be thoroughly searched.
I might be old, dear, but my hearing's as sharp as a tack, and you must never judge a book by the company it keeps.
You do understand why you have to be searched?
Of course I do. I haven't been in here, you know, since Rita tricked me to bring that thing in. Oh, and I am cross with her, the young devil. Many a time in the past I've put her across my knee, and I'd do it again today, if only you young ladies wouldn't have something to say about it. But, oh, she was a lovely little child, you know. She used to wear little white frilly dresses, and every birthday I'd buy her ribbons. And now she's in with those awful bikies, and I haven't had a peaceful night's sleep since. Which way, dear?
This way, over here.
A smile never cost anyone anything, dear. She's a big brute woman, isn't she? She put a lot of blokes I know to shame.
There's no knowing how long Kelly will be here. The sooner we get out of the better.
Yeah, well, whatever it is, count me in, You're both going to get into trouble if you're not careful.
We're a gang, Chook. A gang sticks together. We owe Kelly for wasting Lurch's family.
And for what she did to Jess. She'll get a bucket of the bloody stuff, tip it down her throat, see how she likes it.
Connors, visitor.
Ah, it must be Bungo. Spread the word to the girls who've ordered that it looks a goer. Can I get something from your door, Miss Hagan?
What was all that about? We're just organising the drop.
Well, Lexi, I hope you're not going to take anything.
No. Could sniff this stuff, though, and Lurch will be flying.
I don't know, I read something that's really bad for you.
If you believe everything you read, you're going to have a bloody boring life.
You haven't mentioned the baby since you've been back. How do you feel about it now?
Just made me promise not to get rid of it.
Yeah, well, I've seen you break promises before, Lex. How do you really feel? Come on, it's me.
I never wanted a kid. I guess I'm stuck with it, eh?
You're really going to stop trying to abort it?
Oh, hell, it's no big deal, Chook.
Yes, it is. I think it's great. You're going to be a terrific mum once you get used to the idea.
Oh, I don't know about that, but at least the kid will have a gran who'll pull me into line, eh?
Sure, can you imagine?
You sit down, Alice. I'll get you lunch.
We're all really sorry, Alice. It's a dreadful thing to happen.
Yeah, I hope they kill the bitch.
No. I want her all to myself.
Well, if you need any help, count me in, okay?
Thanks.
Well, you can check it out, Mrs. Morris. It's not a trick or nothing. I just thought little Sam would like it. The family's skint, and the only toys he gets is what I give him.
Well, I can't see why your aunt shouldn't take it, as long as it does check out.
It will, Mrs. Morris. Honest.
Oh, little Sam will love that. Thank you. What's all this ruddy bull dust about Sam, Reed?
It's the way for Bongo to get the coke in. I'll tell you about it in a tick. Hey, where is the old bong anyway?
Oh, he had a punch-up with Dan last night and he's feeling pretty sorry for himself today.
Yeah, that'd be right. What was the fight about?
Oh, you know how it is, love, a bit of this and a bit of that. Bong reckons that Dan's turned into a wimp because of screwing that screw. What do you reckon?
It'll take a lot more than Reno to change Dan. What's the bloody matter with Bongo? Dan's a good bloke.
Bong's crook on you, too. He reckons they've changed you and here. And you didn't get him the right price for the coat.
Oh, what a load of... All I said was I wouldn't sell it for higher than street prices. I'm not going to rip off me mates.
Yeah, well, he's pretty upset. And he reckons it'd be a good idea to spring you.
Bust me out. Oh, come on. He's not doing too much stuff, is he? He gets crazy ideas when he's doing a lot of dope.
I don't know, love, but he's sure bloody mad as hell, I tell you.
Stupid bastard! You've got to tell him, Ida. I don't want to mix...
Don't you shout at me. Don't you dare. If your dear mother was alive today, I don't know what she'd think. And I tell you this, it'll take more than little presents for Sam to make me believe you've turned over a new leaf, my girl. Silly bitch. Oh, what's the scam, Reed? For God's sake, keep it quieter this time, will you?
When they made you, they threw away the mould, Ida.
Just as bloody well, isn't it, eh? I knew you'd come.
Trust you, Jess. You can get yourself into more scrapes than anyone I know.
I'll pull through.
I don't doubt it. I'm surprised you wanted to see me. The way I bailed out of a passenger situation.
I understand. Old pros can be an embarrassment at times.
Especially to respectable old judges like me.
I want to.
All right, the nurse said I shouldn't keep you talking for too long.
No. Wait.
Just take it easy.
Wait. Just listen. I swear on all the Bibles that have ever been printed, passengers are not. He's killed once, and he'll kill again. If you didn't believe me before, will you believe me now, when I'm like this?
Morris fell for it, hook, line and sinker.
Talk about a sucker.
Still, Ida's bloody good. You want to see her at the supermarket. She nicks a whole week's food, pays for one thing and sticks the rest down her coat. The checkout chicks think she's just a sweet old lady with a weight problem. She's something else.
She must be.
No problem with her taking the car then?
Oh, what car?
Oh, just one of those toys we got fixed up. I gave it to her for my nephew.
Oh, I thought you said your brother wasn't married.
Oh, it's not my brother's kid. Well, I call him my nephew, but he's not. What about this costume idea? It should be great.
Yeah, well, Chook and me have decided to do an act, sort of a comedy floor show routine, you know?
Chook and me, Lex decided I don't even want to do it. I reckon you should get somebody who's good at acting.
Come on, Chook, you just need to keep practicing.
I'm going to ice the cake.
Oh, look, come on, Lurch. I was only trying to cheer you up. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, thanks. I don't expect everyone else to go around feeling miserable just because I do.
Poor bugger.
Oh, well, I hope I get started.
And you? Struth, you got a mouth like an exhaust pipe, Lexi. I didn't think. Well, use your brains next time. I don't want Nan sussing something's going on.
Yeah, well, you can't blame me because you stuffed it up with that stupid story about your nephew. And she knows you've only got one brother.
All right, well, maybe we're both stupid. She's not dim. She knew we were hiding something. And she's going to go mad if she catches on. She told me once that she hates drugs. Well, that's why I don't want her finding out. So you both keep your mouths shut and stop anyone else squawking to her too. Just smile like I got a wowser in the gang.
Well, you finally convinced me. But that's because I know you. It won't be so easy getting the boys to side with me. He had me fooled. Got 'em all fooled.
Thanks, Judge, for believing me.
Oh, poor old girl. I don't know about this plan of yours.
We've got to find someone who'll help us.
I've got a mate high up in the force who should do it. Not that he'll believe any bad things about Bassinger either. I'll be calling in a debt.
Can you trust him?
Oh, definitely. He'll help us more to prove you're wrong than you're right. Cops stand by their own, understandably, I suppose.
Oh, not when it's someone like that bastard.
Right. Well, it's agreed then. You get yourself better, and as soon as you can be moved, we'll lay the trap. You're risking your life, you know. If anything goes wrong...
It mustn't. It won't. It's got to work so that Lexi and the kid can have a decent life. It's got to.
Now, you take care of her, eh, Mabel?
As if I wouldn't. She's such a good girl.
Hey, and remember, she likes those little brown dog biscuits and can't stand the canned stuff, far too mushy.
Jeez, love, if you're as plucky with your own little nipper, I reckon you'll make one hell of a mother.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't bet on it, but we'll give it a go, eh?
Good for you.
Right, come on, Lexi.
Before you go, love, look, I've known your mother for years. Jess, I mean, not that other bitch. And she's the best mate anyone could wish for. I mean, if you find it hard loving her as your mum, look at her the other way.
Yeah, we'll be okay.
Look, she wouldn't tell you this. She's too proud, but she knows she did wrong, giving you up. But, well, she got herself put in here so she could get to know you. And there were all sorts of reasons down the track why she couldn't tell you the truth, and all of them were because of how much she loves you. And when she did finally tell you, it was for the baby's sake. If you can think of her that way, she doesn't seem too bad an old girl, does she?
No, I guess not. You're not too bad yourself, Mabel. See you, cheeky little bugger.
Come on, darling.
Don't forget to sign out, Miss Morgan.
Oh, yeah, right you are. Come on, darling, and no more running away, all right? Oh, you're a cheeky girl.
Afternoon. Oh, so you've got our little intruder.
Yeah, and I'll try and make sure she's not back here again. Bye.
Anything to report, Miss Ferguson?
Yeah, looks as though we've got ourselves the hat trick. They just phoned to say that the Maxwell woman's on her way.
Don't even think it.
Why bloody shouldn't I?
Mervyn is watching those trays like a hawk, and anything you do, he'll catch you.
Maybe you'll help me.
Oh, I doubt it.
Bet you he would. Look, you hate Kelly as much as I do, don't you?
I don't like her. Why?
I want to put the wind up her. Will you help me?
I can understand why you want her to back Alice, but I'm sorry, I can't help you.
Look, I just want to get a message to her. I could write it and put it in the mashed potatoes. You could watch. I'm not trying to poison her or nothing.
Alice, I'm sorry.
Bloody wimp. As bad as the screws.
Oh, you can't blame him. It's part of the job.
Wouldn't hurt. I just want to let her know what she's got coming. One of them will help me. If they don't, I'll bash their bloody heads in.
Hey, Patterson, what's this I hear about that fat cow Jessie being your mother?
Just keep mopping the floor, Patterson. You shut your mouth.
You're just making conversation, Miss Ferguson. Heard she drank something that was off. That'll teach you to hit the bottle, won't it?
You bloody bitch!
Patterson, I said finish the job.
You won't let me.
This is real good, isn't it? I'm getting looked after for a change.
Oh, don't get lulled into a false sense of security, Kelly. As far as I'm concerned, you're trash. Murdering your mate's family.
Oh, come on, but it was them or me. Anyway, I did them a favour. They've only got half a brain between the two of them. That's where Alice gets it from.
You cold-hearted bitch. Wish I could do the world a favour.
Good idea. Any more out of you, Kelly, and I might just walk out of here and leave Patterson to it. Understand?
You'd better not get any closer. I don't want him to see us together.
You reckon you can carry it off?
I can only try. You okay?
I don't know. Yesterday I had a family. What have I got now?
Kath is going to need both of us.
I'm trying, mate. Well, it's easy for you. It's not your kid she killed.
You bail out on her and I'll take you apart.
You're in love with her, aren't you? Come on, mate, I'm not stupid. You used to be. And you still are.
And I always have been, but she married you, so you got no worries. She doesn't know, does she?
No. I should have let you have her. I can understand why she felt she had to do it, but our kid's dead and she's not even sorry she did it.
Maybe she isn't sorry Linda's no longer in pain, but I'll bet it's cutting her up inside.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Do you reckon she's going to be all right in there?
I'll do my best.
But what if anybody finds out?
That will be a disaster, mate. A bloody disaster.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside, the roses grow. They don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too when morning comes around.